Welcome to the Baseball Card Illustrated channel, where we talk about our national pastime, which is illustrated with baseball cards, and sometimes other assorted collectibles. And this is a special edition of Through the Mail Thursday. I'm Bronco, the PSA 11, and Kevin, the Diamond King, and I have one new autograph to share with you. I'll also have a new series announcement related to this autograph that I'm excited to share with the card community, and we are very hopeful that you will participate in this with us. I will also show you a small portion of a PC of mine later in this video. But first, the autograph. A 3 true outcome player, Rob Deer was among my first favorite players growing up. The slugger bashed 230 career home runs during an 11-year big league career spent with San Francisco, my beloved Milwaukee Brewers, Detroit, Boston, and San Diego. Deer hit the majority of his homers as a member of the Brewers, clubbing 137 round trippers during his 5 seasons in the MKE. In addition to being a threat to hit a long ball every time he came to the plate, he was also the victim of a lot of bad calls by umpires, as he led the American League in strikeouts 4 times. But that didn't matter to young Bronco, as Deer could hit tape measure shots, he played great defense, drew a fair number of walks, and even sneakily stole the occasional base. Deer burst on the scene in his first year in Milwaukee, hitting a career-high 33 homers, and immediately became a Bronco favorite. He became a Brewers legend early the following season, hitting a game-tying 3-run homer in the 9th inning on Easter Sunday 1987, helping the Crew win its 12th straight game to open the season, which meant free hamburgers for everyone, courtesy of a local restaurant called George Webb. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, depicted with his fist raised in celebration as he neared home plate following that deep drive into the Milwaukee County Stadium bleachers. That moment was further recognized a few years ago when the Brewers created a bobblehead of that moment. Following his playing career, Deer has spent time in drag racing, sprint car racing, he served as a hitting instructor for the Padres, and was the assistant hitting coach for the Chicago Cubs. That brings me to an announcement. I'm hoping that collectively we can launch a series of videos within the card community entitled Rob Deer Tours My Town. The idea loosely comes from something a friend of mine does with some of his longtime friends, in which they have a statue that the group came upon, and they pass it around and take it on vacation with them. It is photographed at famous locations, and pictures of the item vacationing are sent to the rest of the group. It has literally seen the world. What I'm hoping to do with the Rob Deer starting lineup figurine shown here is a fun adaptation of that concept. In the next week or so, I will create and post a video of the Rob Deer starting lineup touring the greater Milwaukee area. I will then send the figurine to one of you, who I hope will create a similar type video and post it. Will it be fun? I think so. Will it be kind of stupid? Absolutely. Will some of you do it? I really hope so. It will be an opportunity for some of us that enjoy your channels to get a chance to learn a little bit about our favorite content creators and find out something about where you live. Honestly, I think it'll be a blast, and I hope you will play along if Rob Deer shows up in your mailbox. Have fun creating a video for us all to enjoy. Kevin and I plan to create a Rob Deer starting lineup World Tour t-shirt next year, listing all the locations the figure has visited, and the channels it appeared on during the tour. Rob Deer occasionally does signings and appearances in the greater Milwaukee area, so one day Kevin and I would love to give him a shirt and maybe get a cameo appearance from him on the channel, so your help is requested and would definitely be appreciated. Now on to the PC items I mentioned. The 1987 Brewers were known as Team Streak for a 13-game winning streak to start the season, a dreadful 12-game losing streak in May, Paul Molitor's 39-game hitting streak during the summer, and remembered by me for being one of the truly enjoyable teams of my childhood. This 1988 Fleer set seemed to be the best representation of that Team Streak roster, so earlier this year I set out to try to get as many cards signed from that group as possible. So far, as you can see on page 1, we have pitcher Jay Aldrich in the upper left corner, and now Rob Deer in the lower right. Page 2 is a little more promising, as Mike Tiny Felder signed the card in the upper left corner. There's a Teddy Higuera autograph I purchased filling the upper right portion of the zone. Steve Kiefer is in the middle row on the left, and Rick Manning is positioned as the center square. The final page contains an autograph of Rob Deere's good friend Dale Swaim in the middle row on the left, and awesome TTM signer Bill Wegman occupying the middle of the page. There is certainly a lot of holes yet to be filled, but between TTM candidates, those that sign for a fee and do private signings, and a few that make appearances in the area upon occasion, I think I have a legitimate chance to get pretty close to completing this set. That wraps up a special episode of Through the Mail Thursday. I hope you enjoyed it and will consider participating in the Rob Deere World Tour if he swings by your mailbox. On behalf of Rob Deere's signed 1988 Fleer card, the Rob Deere starting lineup about to head out of town, along with Kevin the Diamond King and our graphics guru Dylan, I'm Bronco, the PSA 11. So long, everybody. You've been watching the Baseball Card Illustrated channel.